Here is a very simple workflow to create a screencast and then have it be ADA compliant on a web player so that you can use this methodology if you wish. Now, of course, with screencasting, there are many, many different ways to do this. This is just one that I find easy and really user-friendly and that you can get at minimal to free cost. So here I have a Loom for Education URL up. You can find it at loop.com/education or just Google Loom for Education. And Loom is going to be a Google product. And there's many ways to do a screencast. This is just using a couple of the tools that I use myself. So in this, because I'm on a Mac, I have Loom as a native app, but you can also use it as a completely cloud-based recorder. So once you are, you have an account, you can get a free one with education and just using your school email ID. Then once you have that and you are ready to make your video, it's pretty simple. You just choose the options, and if you need more information on how to use Loom, there is lots of tutorials on how to do that on the Loom website itself. So I'm not going to go through how to use Loom as a platform because it's pretty easy, really user-friendly. But if you need more information on that, it's on the Loom website itself. So I have already created a Loom video. You'll see this here. This is a particular video on journal articles versus websites that I've created for a class. I have the ability to download this now that I have recorded it onto the Loom platform by going to these three dots and clicking download and then downloading that file as an MP4 to my desktop. At this point, there's a couple of things I can do. If I want to just go straight to YouTube, YouTube will have the ability to contribute closed captioning through their AI. So you'll see this video here that I have already uploaded. Since I just uploaded it, it's going to take a little time in order for that to have the closed captioning run through, but it does do it automatically. If you need to adjust the closed captioning, there's a couple ways that you can do that. You can go into, I'm in the studio end of YouTube. And again, if you need any help on using YouTube, lots and lots of tutorials out there. So I'm not going to go through how to upload a video on YouTube. So once you do that, you just go to subtitles. And then it's in the process of doing an automatic closed captioning, but we all know that sometimes that doesn't work as well as it should. So there's a couple of things we can do. We can go in and edit line by line after it has done its automatic captioning. And if there's like a science word that's wrong or whatnot, we can do that. But there's other things that we can do as well. One of those is getting a closed captioning file. So there's the two resources that I use for this are otter.ai as well as Rev. Rev is more expensive, but it's overseen by a real human. So depending on what the goal of the particular piece is, I will either have Rev do my transcriptions and captions, or especially if I have time, I could do it through otter.ai, which is going to be AI driven. It's pretty good. It's pretty spot on, but it's not perfect, so you would need to refer back and make sure everything looks good. So here I have this video that I uploaded about an hour ago, and so it should be ready for me to download. You'll be able to see that I can do a couple things with otter.ai. I can export the text as a transcript. Since this is a monologue, it's just particular video is me talking. I can export it as a PDF. I can export it as a docx, or I can export it as an SRT. So you're probably familiar with PDF and docx's. That would be just something that would be posted to, wherever I'm going to put the video. Let's say it's in Canvas as a transcript that a student could download, but an SRT file as well as VTT files are going to be the type of files that can be uploaded for closed captioning. So I would just download that as an SRT file, go to continue. I'm going to go ahead and save that file to my desktop. And then in YouTube, I can then add that as an upload file. So let me go back. Discard changes. So since I added that, I'm going to delete that off and then add in the file. So here you'll see I have the options of uploading file, doing it manually, or having it auto translate. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this file. And this will be my SRT file. And then you'll see all these closed captionings here. And then I'll go ahead and press publish. And then go back to my video. And then once I play this video, then it'll be able to have the closed captioning on the video itself. And now I can share that link out to whoever I want to have it, or I can embed it on Canvas. A second way to do that is in Vimeo, depending on which way you like to do it. So I have the same video here in my Vimeo account, and I'm going to go to distribution, and I'm going to go to subtitles. And here you can do a VTT or an SRT. Since I have an SRT, I'm going to go new English language. If I can find it, there we go, United States. And then subtitles, choose file, and my SRT. Toggle that on, save. And then my closed captioning will be available on the Vimeo version. And again, one is not better than the other. They have different, positives and negatives. It depends on which platform you prefer. And then I'm going to toggle that to English. And then here's my closed captioning here. So, YouTube or Vimeo, I use both. It depends on the goals of the things. YouTube tends to be cheaper and free to get these things. So it really is a personal choice, but this is a complete workflow and really easy to use, both Loom and pairing it with either uploading that file to YouTube or uploading that file to Vimeo, whichever platform you prefer.